Okay, people. So, Vision Films sent me across this new one, Ruby's Choice. It is the new film from Michael Budd. It's written by Paul Mahoney and Ellen Shanley. It is produced by Holly Brisley and Jessica Butland. It's executive produced by Michael Budd, Owen George Glenn, associate produced by Bianca Wee, line produced by Alison Berger. Music was handled by Jamie Fonte, cinematography Steve Arnold, James Munch edits the piece, Ben Parkinson took care of the casting. Production design is also Jamie Fonte, Elizabeth Franklin, costume design, hair and makeup. We have Helen Tuck and Amber Adams. So the cast. Ruby is played by Jane Seymour. Her daughter Sharon is played by Jacqueline McKenzie. Sharon's husband, Doug, is played by Stephen Hunter, and they've got a daughter, Tash, played by Coco Jack Gillies. An older version of Tash is played by Nicole Pastor. So, Doug has a brother, Jack, played by Sam Rechner. Jack has got a son called Ned, right, who is played by Rory Potter. An older version of Ned is played by Sean Foster. Oh, yes, there is a Ruby's husband. So we see a younger version of Frank is played by Adrian Glenn. We've also got a younger version of Ruby played by Jenna Kenny. So we also have got Zane played by Michael Budd, right? There is Bess played by Kaya Stewart, Ken played by Brandon Donahue, Deputy Principal Scott at Tash's school, played by Tim Omja. There's Victor, played by Akira Fuji. Lisa, played by Kate Ryerson. Doug's manager is played by Craig Burke. Who else do we have? Jimmy, played by Fletcher Watson. Sergeant Riley, played by Daniel Martin. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the main cast. Now, right, so basically, Ruby's Choice follows 3 generations of strong Australian women, bonded by shared moments of wisdom and joy. Secrets from the family's past are revealed as Ruby's illness threatens to push them apart, and the family struggles to make a big decision. So yeah, that's the film. Right now, look, with something like this, there is definitely a lot of heart that has gone into it. You know, they're donating 50% of profits to dementia charities, which is very nice, right? Very nice, admirable. They even they gave a part of the budget for the film to charities, which is, I mean, it's an interesting move, right? If there's surplus, fine, but just giving away budget, you know what I mean? Before, any difficulties that have come up, that could be a problem. But it wasn't in this case. So as I said, look, there's a lot of heart that has gone into it. They're talking about, dementia, right? How it affects someone and how that, rolls onto their loved ones. So, it's looking at complicated issues, things that aren't always covered, right? So, you hats off for all of that. Now, the film itself, I feel, right? This, if you like soaps, right? So, and especially things like Neighbours and Home and Away, I think if you like those shows, you will like Ruby's Choice. Stuff like American Prom as well, that kind of thing. If you like those, TV shows, films, then Ruby's Choice will work. And I say that just because it's kind of a simplistic story, you know, and they talk about these issues, right? So it's how the dementia has affected Ruby, how that affects her daughter and family, right? Then also the repercussions of Doug's brother, right? He's going through some marital issues. So then how that affects Ned, right? So we have all of these things, Ned and Tash interacting, right? So many things. But I feel for me anyway, it was covered in a very simplistic way, right? You have suddenly things happening, and you're just like, okay, but why? Right? What brought that on? And it's not really answered. And then people are acting in a certain way, but it's all wrapped up real neatly. And it's just like, shit never happens in that fashion, right? We never resolve issues that smoothly and that quickly, right? It's a weird one. It's a weird one on time. We get an odd time jump at the end. But yeah, just the whole time, right? Because really, Ruby is clearly suffering from dementia, but the family, well, Aaron, her daughter, is just like, oh no, she's fine. Oh yeah, she's just forgetting a few things, but it's just like it's so egregious. You're just like, how would anyone not completely get what this is? Right? She goes to the cinema, and the cinema staff know, right? Which kind of odd, right? Kind of odd, because if you see someone with that sort of difficulty, I feel that you should you'd contact someone, right, to get them help, to get in touch with the family, something, right? But there's all of these weird things that are going on, and there's no real explanation for it, right? Like, how did the cinema staff figure it out, right? But the family haven't figured it out. You know what I mean? It's just like, wait, what? And Jane Seymour is a very good act. We know she's a very good actress, but it's just like the crying, just the out, like nothing, you know, from anyone really feels authentic, right? Everything feels very like formative, nothing feels natural. It's like, let's have a conversation. Well, you were mean to me, and I feel you were mean for these reasons. Oh, really? And you're not mad? Well, I'm upset, but, and it's just like, wait, what is happening here? This isn't the natural flow of a conversation, right? This is a little stilted. So we have this, right? Doug's got all of these things in his garden, but you know, again, it's we're meant to be told, oh, it's a business thing, but you're just like, how is this a business thing? Right? There's no professionalism. There's no real. It feels like there's no attempt to have it as a business, right? It's just a lot of ideas, a lot of things thrown out there, but without that connective tissue, you know, without that connective tissue, it was like a zombie, essentially, right? Because you've got the outer shell, but I didn't really feel the heart, right? Now, hard like that does probably feel a bit harsh because obviously they're putting everything into making this film, right? They're trying to shine the light on these kind of topics. So there is this, but it does, as I said, it doesn't feel natural. So it is like a flesh shell without its vital organs, But obviously, that's just my opinion. That's just my views. I'm sure there's a load of people that will enjoy it, right? At the end, it's like this film will resonate with people with dementia has impacted their lives, and I'm sure if you have had that you will look at this film slightly differently. You know what I mean? But yeah, we've had like more impactful, you know, films and TV shows, I believe. You know what I mean? But this is it's a PG. It's definitely a family film. There's not any curse words, right? It's all dang it and right. Just that if you've seen any Neighbours or Home and Away, right? The odd Australian terms that they use instead of curse words, right? It's just chock a block with that kind of stuff. So, Ruby's Choice. Now, it drops in the UK on all your favorite VODs from Tuesday, the 7th of May. If it sounds like it could be for you, it could be for you, people. It could be, right? As I said, look, it's a family film. It's dealing with dementia. It's dealing with family, right? Secrets, the problem with secrets, right? Just those interactions. That's what it's about. If that sounds like it might be your cup of tea, then boom, there you go. Ruby's Choice, 7th of May, right? You can go check it out. But yeah, look, understand what you will be watching. That's all you need to take note of. And it's available all over the places in the States. It's been out in Australia for a minute, right? So yeah, Ruby's Choice.